You may remember when illegal aliens took over the El Paso airport. That seemed like a bad sign, but it could get worse. It always can. Now the homeless, the so-called homeless, have moved into Chicago International Airport O'Hare. Vagrants living in the terminals, sleeping by the baggage claims in one of the biggest and most famous airports in the world. As one custodian at O'Hare put it, it's out of control. None of us feel safe. And you can say that for the city itself. Raymond Lopez is an alderman in Chicago. He has been a very rare voice in that city calling for sanity. He's joining us tonight from O'Hare Airport. Alderman Lopez, thank you so much for coming on. What do you see there?
Tucker. Good evening, Tucker. As we walk through the airport, the fourth largest airport in the United States, we've seen this beautiful gateway to Chicago been overrun by the homeless, where every night 200 to 300 homeless individuals come off public transportation and set up encampments here in baggage claim and throughout all 5 terminals. All the while, the mayor's voice is blasting from overhead, welcoming any one of the 65,000 daily visitors here in this indoor outhouse that we call O'Hare Airport.
How could the mayor of Chicago allow one of its most famous landmarks and a transportation hub for the whole country to be desecrated by people urinating in it? I don't understand.
They're not just urinating in the hallways, they're taking baths in the toilets, they're making a mockery of what Chicago is here. And we understand that homelessness is a problem we must address, but making O'Hare Airport a homeless shelter for hundreds of people on a daily basis, when we're trying to welcome people here, when we're trying to encourage tourism, bring back the business clientele, bring back families to our city, and to only have them greeted by hundreds of homeless who have mental health issues, may be armed, maybe not even be clothed, that's not something that institutes a lot of confidence in our mayor, in our city, and clearly she doesn't care because she's 17 miles away from it.
Surrounded by city finance bodyguards, unlike you. There's an election coming up. She could win. How could that happen?
Right now, Tucker, we are 12 days away from the city's election, and as you know, we've been pushing hard to ensure that she does not have a path forward. But it's amazing in a city like Chicago that we have so many individuals who are hiding behind white guilt and privilege as an excuse to stick with the failed mayor. Rather than hold her accountable for what she's done and what she continues to do to this beautiful city, they're willing to stick by her just to assuage their personal guilt of privilege or wokeness, whatever they want to call it. And many of us continue to fight back. I know you had Dr. Wilson on your show as well, who's standing up against her. We have to fight back for this city because we can't allow what's happening here to become the mainstay for every neighborhood and for every iconic part of Chicago, which is overrun by the homeless, overrun by gangs, overrun by criminality, and what should be a welcoming city to all the good law-abiding people who want to make this home.
Boy, that is about the most incisive description of modern politics I've heard in a long time. Alderman Raymond Lopez of the city of Chicago. Thank you.
Thank you, Tucker.
Subscribe to the Fox News YouTube channel to catch our nightly opens, stories that are changing the world and changing your life. From Tucker Carlson Tonight.